Hello, this is the Thursday, February 27th, 2025 Massachusetts Pirate Party member meeting. My name is James O'Keefe. I live in Somerville. I'm captain of the party, and others, please identify.
This is Steve Revelax, Arlington, Massachusetts.
Eli McGee, Leominster.
Good to have the two of you here. Is there any item you would like to add to the agenda or change?
Nothing here.
Nothing here.
All right. So for reports, I met with a student from MIT who's doing a project on, I hope I get this right, on public data and how it can be used to how it can be used to aggregate and draw insights into people's behaviors. I think that's it. Anyways, he wanted to talk about the surveillance mapping effort, and so we wandered around Harvard Square, and he asked me questions, and I mapped cameras of a couple of streets. So that's good. I will be scheduling something to finish that off, and then I think the other squares to worry about are we've done Central. Kendall's done, though it probably needs at least some degree of refresh and expansion. And then there's Inman, Porter, and of course finishing off Harvard. I'm not sure if there's other bigger squares. I mean, Leechmere, I suppose. That would be another thing. That's maybe the Kendall area. So, oh, I mean, Alewife. I guess Alewife could be. It's not really a square. Well, it's a lot of just office parks or malls, but no doubt there are cameras there. Other suggestions? All right. Well, Cambridge on, I believe, Monday at 3 o'clock, the Public Safety Committee is having a meeting to decide whether to allow the police to use surveillance drones. There'll be something up tomorrow, and I'll email Cambridge Pirates to invite them to participate and speak against. Other than that, I've been flat out with work and family. We do have a 2025 administrative coup memory bank. So as I see articles they're organized by day, I add them to it. There's also an Etherpad people can go and add to if they so wish. If they don't have wiki access, they can add stuff there. And I've also been adding things to the things to do when fascists are taking over. So how to leak under the Trump administration's a new thing from The Intercept, or what you should do if ICE comes to your restaurant. Other things about defending against ICE raids, organizing your workplace. Here's another thing that was helpful. So apparently PBS pulled because of Trump's executive order, though, PBS is literally its own organization that just gets maybe 1% of its funding from the US government. They pulled all their LGBTQ history videos. Like, what a spine they had there. And so folks pulled them down and organized them so that people can go and see them and they won't be disappeared. Always remember, archive.org is your friend. So feel free to upload stuff there or donate to their campaign, since they're being sued by book publishers because they already have a lock on the ebook market. Wouldn't want people to have free access, like libraries. Anyhow, sorry, bit miffed today. Okay, so any other reports?
Nothing here.
All right, so there'll be links to the things I mentioned in the description. Folks want to check them out. Okay, so Joe offered the suggestion of changing the meeting date time. Thursdays don't work well for him due to work and family. He suggested either Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, preferably around 8. I know one other pirate on the Signal channel said Sunday would work for them. Any of those work for me. Although probably Monday and Tuesday would be better. Thoughts? Do we want to put it out to a wider poll for folks and then revisit it in 2 weeks? Try something
Well,
out to see how it goes.
I'd say let's try Sunday out and see how it goes. I know for myself, I typically have 2 meetings a month, both on Monday and Tuesday. And March, it'll be every Monday. So Sunday is probably the easier to fit in.
All right, Steve, thanks. And I just realized that silly me didn't have my headphones on. So anyhow, what do you think, Eli?
Sunday works good for me too. So
So Sunday at 8, is that an acceptable time?
yes,
That work? Sorry, Steve, did you say 8 p.m. worked for you?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. So I guess we'll try it. I'll put out an announcement about it and we can just see how it works. Um, we can put it out and have a see so we can get feedback from folks and leave it at that. It's nice for a change. Okay, great. So next topic was the other bills to review. I don't know, has anyone had a chance to look at any of the bills that are listed here? The Location Shield Act, um, Dignity Not Deportations Act, Civil Asset Forfeiture Reform. I assume right to repair will just like support. But it's best to look at that. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure we're in the SDHD numbering scheme. I think they've turned into actual numbers, so I'll update the links here. Or if there's any other bills folks have seen.
So there are, I have not had a chance to review. Things are kind of kicking up in terms of warrant articles and hearings for that for my town's town meeting, but I'll try to do what I can over the next couple of weeks.
Okay. All right, so I can update the links to the actual bill numbers and stuff like that. And in the next email update, I'll include these and ask for solicitations of other bills we should look at. And also the bill that we opposed, which is that we voted on 2 meetings ago and decided to oppose, which is the one about changing the rules around political designations. Um, all right, so let's see. Okay, so next on the agenda, does that sound like a reasonable plan?
Yep.
Eli, does that work for you?
Yep.
All right. So, reconsideration of member meeting articles. So, where is it? The member meeting section. reads. Let's see here. Time. Okay, so form. The member meeting will be held over the internet. Party leadership will determine technical solutions for the meeting. Choice of technology should be taken into account to enable all members to participate. Regular member meetings will run for 6 weeks with all voting matters of substance located in the last 2 weeks. So we functionally haven't really. Oh, the second thing is, or for time, members will meet as regular member meeting 2 times a year. So spring and autumn. Winter meetings will always begin the first week of February, and summer will be August. So that's, I don't know why we did that. Like, we say these meetings shall be known as spring and autumn, and then we say winter and summer. So anyway, so I guess looking at this, the way we've been operating is every week or every 2 weeks, we have online meetings, either previously over IRC and now over Big Blue Button. So, should we just update 423 to reflect that? Or
Looking.
okay.
Yeah, it is a little weird that we call them spring and autumn and then winter and summer.
Yeah, I guess I feel like the form and time need to be just changed to be like at least once a month announced, yes, at least once a month, preferably two times, or either every 2 weeks or 2 times a month, or you know yeah. So I think a minimum of once a month would be good. That gives us flexibility if we need to do that, but we could increase the number if we so wish. Held over the internet in the means we've chosen, and then I guess the time section kind of goes away, or we could refactor that into a conference. I don't know that we have a conference section. Actually, no, we say an annual election member shall elect a pirate council once a year at our annual conference. And that's the only reference, and we don't actually talk about what the conference is. So
Yeah, it's not clear what if member meetings is refer. I always thought of it as referring to the twice a month meetings we have, but looking at 431, which does member meetings 2 times a year, that does sound more like a conference.
yeah, no, agreed. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, maybe we just need to do a section on conferences and a section on agendas and just kind of rework Article 4 to
That sounds fair.
reflect that. Okay. Yeah, we have 6-3 elections. So, I mean, we can literally say, well, the annual conference is really this one coming up in May. That would probably be better. We don't actually, we give ourselves some flexibility. So with that, I guess, okay, so this needs to be reworked. We've kind of talked about this. Do you have time to kind of throw up a pad and take it and change it and make that a formal proposal? Is that something you have time to do, Steve?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah,
I'll be honest.
feeling. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. All right. Well, I'll see what I can come up with and do that. Nevertheless, I think it would be useful to have a conference, and to do that, we should have a poll and excuse me, when we'd like it to be. So this isn't this isn't strictly on the agenda, but so I'm not going to suggest that we make a decision formally of the date, but it is February, almost the end of February. It's practically the end of February. Excuse me, sorry about that. And we know we need at least 3 weeks, so that 3 months. So that puts us March, April, May. Does May sound like a reasonable time?
Town meeting always typically runs through the entirety of May. I would prefer June personally, but that's just me.
Yeah, no, I get it. I would prefer the maximum amount of time between now and then to make sure it comes off well, and to get all of our people mailed and stuff. All right, so you want to say some? I mean, we can have a poll of the weekends in June and see which ones win. How's that?
Sounds great.
What do you think, Eli?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So great. And are there any U.S. Pirate Party issues?
No, there hasn't been any updates.
Okay.
The same stuff.
All right. And I know Joe would like to step down, and we have a person who has offered to step forward. That would still, that would, assuming we vote to approve that in 2 weeks, that would, give time before there's another election in June or so. So, does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that way Joe's not on the docket. He doesn't have to worry about it. And we have someone who has the time and effort to put into it. Okay. Great. You okay with that, Steve?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll put that on the agenda for next one. All right. So pirate news, apologize to everyone. We have had technical difficulties and lack of time to get video streaming stuff set up. So, I mean, I'm going to try for this Sunday and see what I can get. Does that work? Are folks around this Sunday at 7?
Yep.
I should be.
Great. Okay. So let me work on that Saturday and see what I can get working. Okay. So, I apologize. Voter outreach and local campaigns, don't have any updates on those, unfortunately. And with that, we are at the end of the agenda. So, I guess on the activist list, I'll just put out some possible dates and email Cambridge folks about going and mapping cameras in the various Cambridge squares, so we can get a sense before the police go putting up more cameras. Joy.
Yep.
By the way, Somerville, apparently every fire station is going to have at least 2 cameras. I know the one near me has, I've seen at least two cameras have been put up, those nice little blue boxes on light poles and things like that. So, just what we need because someone's going to bomb fire stations or something. I don't know. They're going to vandalize fire stations. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm only a computer security professional. I'm not a police officer. So anyhow, so anything else to discuss?
Nothing here.
Nothing here.
All right. Well, thank you to Eli and Steve. We will meet in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for folks watching this. You too can be a pirate. You too can join us at these meetings and help make decisions and take on tasks. We've got a lot of officer positions open. If there's something you want to go and try your hand at. We all have too many hats on our heads, so being able to distribute the work is a wonderful thing. You can find us at masspirates.org. Thank you all very much and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's nice to have some nice weather in February. So with that, I know most of the snow is like melted here. So anyhow, all right. Thank you all very much. Take care.